The most time-consuming thing that I do over the weekend is I edit the 5th grade music video. Hey everybody, Mr. Riedl here. So it is the first day back after Memorial Day weekend, and we only have 10 and a half days left of the school year. Whew, wow, time has flown by. So Memorial Day weekend for me is pretty much the same every year, and this past weekend is the last break that I get before the school year is out to catch up on some stuff before the end of the year. And for me, that's three main things that I'm working on. The first thing that I do is usually I prepare the Riedl Memmy Awards, and I did another video, you can check that out right here, that talks about my Riedl Memmy Awards in order to get ready for them before the last day of school. The second thing that I usually do is what I did last Friday, and that is I update the student grades and I communicate with the parents to let them know that there's only 2 weeks left of the school year for students to turn in missing work and correction forms and make sure that they take care of any loose ends. And I've been reminding the students that as well. And the third thing, and by far the most time-consuming thing that I do over the weekend, is I edit the 5th grade music video. I think I've mentioned this before in a different video, that what I do at the end of the year for my students as just one big send-off is a music video. You know, some teachers, what they do is slideshows. Some teachers make like little craft booklets or something for their kids, and what I do is I make a music video just because that's something that I love to do, and I get excited about it. And so if you're interested in hearing more about the details of how I create the music video, then that's what I'm going to be talking about. So this is how I put together my 5th grade music video. Usually around spring break is when I begin. I have the kids vote on a song to do. I usually get input from them on what songs they like to hear. Usually I take into account the students' suggestions, but sometimes they don't always know what the best songs are for music videos, because it usually needs to be something upbeat, and sometimes they don't understand that. So usually I narrow it down to the top 3 songs that I'd be willing to do for them that they've suggested, and then the kids vote on which one that they like. And so what I do is I only film them during recesses throughout the 3rd trimester, so that only takes up the time for the students that really want to invest a lot in the music video. I have some students that maybe just want to be filmed once or not at all, but I made sure that everybody is included at least in one scene of the video. But there's some students who want to do a whole bunch of different skits and scenes and dances, and they organize with a lot of their friends, you know, what they want to do. But they are the only ones that come up with the ideas. If they really are stuck on ideas, then sometimes I help them out a little bit, but mostly it's all their ideas. At my school, what we do is we have a 4-day weekend for Memorial Day. The Friday beforehand is kind of a teacher work day, teacher grading day, and so I use that morning to communicate with the parents and update the grade book and stuff like that. And then what I did on Friday afternoon, what I did is I compiled all the videos that I filmed of my students over the past trimester, and I put them all in one project in Adobe Premiere Elements. And what I do is I do the bloopers video first. I go through all the footage and I look for bloopers, and I try and find the funniest parts, and I put them all together and I copy them and paste them, and then I move it to the end of the project so that all the videos that I have chosen are compiled, and then I cut them down and I edit them so that they are just the way that I want. Once the blooper video is done, then I take that same project and I now go through all the footage to find all the videos that I want to include in the actual main music video. And the funny thing about my 5th graders is that they love the bloopers just as much, if not more, than the actual 5th grade music video. Probably usually because it's much longer and funnier, but they like both of them for different reasons. The song that we're doing this year is Best Day of My Life by American authors, and when I began to edit, I was a little kind of bored with the song. I actually heard 2 remix versions of the song that I really liked even more, and so I actually decided to mix it together to make it the way that I wanted it. And so that took me a little time at the beginning. So I included all 3 of the songs So I spent the first part of Friday doing that, and then the evening working on the bloopers video, and then Saturday I finished the bloopers video. So the way that I organized all my notes is I wrote them all down, and what I did is I listed out all of the clips of my students, all the different scenes for whatever they filmed, and then I ordered it based on the lyrics that were in the song. So I had to match them up, and I had to move them over and cross them out when they were used, and so that I wouldn't reuse it. And what ends up happening is every year that I do this, it ends up becoming kind of like a puzzle that I sort them and I take them and I kind of do certain pieces first and certain pieces second. I usually do the pieces that I do first are the scenes where the students actually wanted to film a specific scene with the lyrics to match. So I put those in first, and then I usually do the more difficult edits second after that. And so anyway, and then Sunday and Monday what I usually do is I just spend all day editing video, and Jen and the kids are super patient with me. You know, I help out a little bit when I'm needed around the house, but mostly I'm just in the dining room at the table with my headphones on, editing video all weekend. And thankfully this year I got to this point, a good stopping point, done a little bit earlier this year. So I was ahead of the curve. I still had time to do my newsletter, and I still had time to edit a different video that I wanted to do, which was the mousetrap car video. So I felt like everything worked really well this year. This is the first year where I actually got stuff done ahead of schedule. So I really like the way that I schedule this and do this every Memorial Day weekend. I wasn't a complete recluse. We did go over to our friend's house and we had a barbecue, and so it was still a good weekend, and it was so beautiful outside in Portland. It was amazing, and I did get out to enjoy that a little bit. So, but this week, what happens on the week we get back after Memorial Day weekend, and is I went through my list of students, and I noticed that there were some students that I need to film because of the fact that they haven't been filmed yet, or because they were only in one scene, and I double check and want to make sure that that they want to be in more than just one tiny little snippet of the video. So I'm going to talk to them today and check in with them about it, and I also need to film another scene with my team teacher so that we can have a special teacher funny scene, and so we'll do that probably tomorrow, and yeah, and then this is it for filming, and then hopefully with a little bit of free time next weekend I can finish up that last little bit of the video and get it done and show it to the students. And something that we do every year, it has become a little bit of a tradition, is the 5th grade music video will be on the last day of the school year at the assembly. Usually that's what gets everybody pumped and excited about summer, is watching that and having a fun send-off at that assembly. So yeah, that's my music video, and I'm really happy that I do that, and the kids really love it. It seems like each year I am getting quicker and quicker at it, and thankfully it's getting much better. All right, so I also wanted to do a May end of the year update on my classroom. There's some things that I wanted to show you that I've been talking about semi-regularly throughout the whole year, and the first thing is avocados. So in my last update I mentioned that the avocados were growing at my home, and so I brought them in, and now check them out. This one is the one I showed you in the last video. The roots are really coming out now, and you can see the inside, it's starting to form the stem. So that's going to start growing really fast soon. And then this one cracked here, and this is going to form another couple of roots, and so then I'll have a couple growing here. So something else that I mentioned at the beginning of the year was that my fish was nearing the end of his life. However, check him out. He is doing fantabulous. He got his color back, and he's been swimming around just fine, and I've been really happy with how he's been looking. After years of learning how to better take care of fish, I've really I think that I've figured out that it all comes down to changing the water and making sure that he is not forgotten. So far this guy has survived a really long time, the longest than any of my former classroom pets. He has survived 2 full school years. So Senor Pez Jr. is the fish to beat at this point in time. And then who knows how much longer he'll survive, but he looks really good and no signs of deteriorating. So thankfully the 2 students on my biology team have really done a good job feeding him and letting me know if anything's the matter, but things have been going really well. Something else I wanted to mention is that I got a few comments on some of my videos about showing my classroom jobs, explaining how I do that in my class, and that's definitely on my to-do list. I'm not going to go into it right now, but basically summer's near and I am going to definitely do a video about that. Last week I watched Thom Gibson's video. He's a teacher in Austin, Texas, and he and I have been talking about classroom economies for a long time now, and he just released a video talking about stuff that he's done for his classroom economy. I encourage you to go check out his website, check out his video about that, and because he's worked really hard on his videos for his classroom economy, and he's been doing it much longer than I have. This is only my first year, so I'll put up a video to explain how I do in my class, because he has a middle school class, so my 5th graders, the way it looks is a little bit different than his. So I'll put up, I'll do a video this summer, and hopefully that'll be helpful for you who have been anticipating that. So I don't really have anything else to say. It's the end of the year, and we're all ready for summer, and it's been a good year. There's a lot less drama. This last trimester, there's been a lot of fun with the music video, and things have been going really well. So this is a good year, and I'm excited for summer, but also I've enjoyed the year, and it's been a good one. And so stay tuned for additional videos coming out throughout the summer, and feel free to add comments about suggestions of videos that you want to see, videos that you want me to film over the summer, because I'll have a lot more free time, which will be nice. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll talk to you guys later.